Hi everybody, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel, Bookmarks and Breadsticks. If you're new to my channel, a special hello, and please don't forget to hit like and subscribe below. Today I'm here to bring you an original book tag I made myself. This is the Ideal Bookshelf tag. I was really inspired by a book I found at a used bookstore called The Ideal Bookshelf. So the Ideal Bookshelf, the basic gist of this book. The spines of a book you love the most, the ones that changed your life and helped make you who you are today. And the prompt for all of the famous people in this book and their bookshelves is that they were only given 10 books to list. The book has an illustrator that designed all of the different spines, which I think it's a beautiful coffee table book. I found it charming and really fun. So it got me thinking, if someone was going to put together an ideal bookshelf that represented me, what were the prompts that would get me there? And that's the purpose of this tag. So I'll go through the questions one at a time and I will put them in the description below. So the first question, what is the first book you remember reading as a child? For me, the first book I remember reading is one of the Animal Arc books. So I was a big Scholastics book fair kid. I remember getting the flyer, running home to my mom and circling probably about 30 books in the flyer, but I was only allowed to get one. And for most of my, I'd say elementary school through middle school years, it was an Animal Arc book. Animal Arc books, this daughter, her name is Mandy, her parents are veterinarians, the veterinarian clinic is their house, and all of the titles were things like Puppies in the Pantry, Kittens in the Kitchen. It was amazing, and I really wanted to be a veterinarian when I was younger, so it also was double amazing. Second question, a book you received as a gift, whether it's a birthday, a holiday, etc., that you still own today. I am a family of readers, so we have gotten hardcover books as gifts for years. All of the books of Sarah Desson, a young adult writer, I still have in the other room, and my mom would always write on the inside of the cover, to Kimberly, happy birthday, love mom and dad, and I still have all of them to this day. Question 3, a book that was important to your teenage years. This could be high school, could be a little bit younger. Everybody's high school years is defined by their school system, so you get what I mean. A book that was really important to me was The Sight, and that was because it was a young adult fantasy book. I don't read fantasy, and it was the first time I found a book that, it was big, it was honker, it was a chonker, it was intimidating for me, and I really had to take my time reading it. It was about this wolf pack, which I had never read a book from the point of view of something other than a human, and it got me to slow down and really challenge myself and confront plot lines that were uncomfortable. There was violence, there was death, heartbreak, but it dealt with wolves. And again, remember, I wanted to be a vet, so I was really into this book. And it was one of the first times my sisters and I could have a level conversation because they are big in the fantasy world, Harry Potter, all of that. And I was never that I never liked the genre. I still don't to this day. I just never found something that really drew me in. So to have that book in high school was really important. Question 4, a book that you can always go back to. Ooh, I can always go back to Anthony Bourdain's A Kitchen Confidential. I can still hear his voice. Partially, I watched a lot of his shows, but that book was really important to me in my love of nonfiction writing. It was one of the first times that I was like, wow, there's a book that's a story, but it's real, and these are real people that I'm never gonna meet, but it's powerful. Question 6, a book that brings you a feeling of wonder. I love how I wrote these questions for myself and I didn't have answers prepared. Question 6, a book that brings you a feeling of wonder. This would go to Camas Davis's Killing It and Education. When I read Camas Davis's book, she was originally a food writer and an editor who suddenly found herself without a job, opened her first credit card, and took off to France to learn to be a butcher. Talk about the biggest pivot, what the hell, nothing you could have seen coming. And I've always felt a little bit of an odd man out in my family because a lot of my family stayed close, or I don't know, one day I just told them I'm moving to Chicago. One day I told them I'm gonna work in the film industry. So to watch Camas have no plan and fly by the seat of her pants and become a female butcher was just amazing. And then she put together this nonprofit. She really built everything from the ground up, and it really, you could say, yeah, she's an entrepreneur and she's got a startup, and I don't really like those buzzwords. What I loved about it was the mistakes, the stumbling, the humbling nature of Camas, and I just found that book amazing. It's mystifying. I can't believe she pulled it off. I still can't to this day. I had a phone conversation with her once. She's a wonderful human being. Question 8, a book you want to have on your shelves forever. That would have to be Darius the Great is Not Okay, and that there aren't enough words to articulate why that book's important to me. I've talked about it in other videos, but it came to me at the right place at the right time, and it deals with a Persian American boy, Darius, who's going through high school, and I related to it on so many levels, and it just has a special place in my heart. Question 9, a book on your shelf you want everyone to read. Could everyone please just go read Anthony Bourdain's A Kitchen Confidential? Okay, thanks. Question 10, a book that reminds you of a specific moment or period of time in your life. Ooh, oh, I just used Darius the Great, darn. Setting the Table by Danny Meyer. So this is not one of the most groundbreaking books I ever read, but I remember reading Setting the Table by Danny Meyer when I had moved to Chicago. My husband, who at the time was my boyfriend, well, man, even before the fiance, he was the boyfriend, he moved to Chicago a couple months after I did, so I was alone in that apartment, and I have memories of, I had a TV and I could use like Apple TV to stream, but I found it very lonely, so I finally just picked up that book. I remember just Googling it, I think on, or maybe like Amazon. I don't even know how I picked that book, but I knew the name Danny Meyer from Top Chef, and I just took a risk and read it, and I have memories of me alone on our 2-person love seat couch, all alone in our 800 square foot apartment in Chicago before Dan got there, reading. So that's a book that reminds me of a specific moment and period of time of my life. So those are the 10 prompts for the My Ideal Bookshelf tag. I would love to see you guys take a stab at it as well. To get started, I will tag a couple of people. I'll tag Leslie over at the Nerdy Narrative. I'll tag Alan at the Library of Alexandria. How about Danny at Spinelli Speaks, and Catherine over at Catherine Z's channel. Let me know what you think of this tag below. I'm really excited to see what your ideal bookshelves turn out looking like. I hope you're all well. Wear a mask, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.